Hey everyone, welcome to our third stream for Citizen Sleeper. Excited to be here, excited to continue our way into the eye of I think I said Algan last time, but it's Ergen. I'm not quite sure. Um, Previously we've met a bounty hunter who's been chasing us and who's blackmailing us now. We dug a little bit into more into the backstory of the doctor that was helping us, and the space mafia has made us an offer that we could potentially work for them. And all while that's going on, uh, there's so much going on. And if you've missed the first two episodes, go check out my YouTube channel. Link is in the description. And yeah, you know what? Let's go right into it. I hope I didn't screw myself over in trying to adjust the music because I thought it was pretty silent, but now it seems pretty loud. So we'll see, I guess. Oof, that is pretty loud. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit on my end. Okay. Ah, all right. We're at the end of the day. We'll just go to sleep and we'll just figure it out from here. Empty container. You're home for now. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and we got the medication, which is great. So yeah, let's just end the cycle. Go to bed. Wake up with more potential. I got some coffee. So for the next 30 minutes, it's going to be highly energetic, and then I'll probably gonna crash. I'll have to pee really badly. That's fun. Okay. So the plan is... Oh, right. Okay, so... Yeah. We gave... You know what? I forgot. I think we put a worm into Havenage, and it took us like 3 cycles for that to come to fruition, and I think that's where we are. So yeah, let's talk to Harden. It's been more than a few cycles since Feng confronted Harden, and the silence since has been noticeable. Right, Harden was the guy that was in charge of Havenage, and he's been here for a long time, and Feng has been wondering why he's... I have been wondering why he's still around, which seems very weird. And Feng has been trying to confront him. We confronted him, but they were like overpowered. They had a lot of weapons. They had a lot of mooks. So we left, but it turns out it was all a ploy from Feng to get everything um, on tape. So this is where we are. So in your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action, which was 3 cycles ago. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havenage building, then it's time to come to him. Yeah, after all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. The tracker is what keeps the bounty hunter on our tail. And he's promised to fix it, and he hasn't. So, you know, that's not great. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of the mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigues steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Yeah, let's approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer tapping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. Taping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Harden is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely notice him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer coming out of the bay and take notice of you. Harden. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware. Spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? It tells you nothing. We will see what the council has to say about that. He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you're breathing, the light you're seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the eye descending into the chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. I mean, Fung isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andrew Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Havenage has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hardworking, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. You're corrupt, Harden, so... Havenage aren't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spaces you meet in the hopper, is esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. I don't know if I feel like... I don't know if I feel like stirring up trouble right now, so I'll just stay silent. If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear-out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks. A crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. And scrawled onto it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tembor." Take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Feng? And where the hell is Tembor? Well, that was useless. Well, okay. We do need to get more access to the rest of the ship. What do we have here? Midline Freight Hub. What's happening here? Ooh! I can seal shipments. And I can do some freight operating, which will give me credits. And, yeah, but I don't know if I want to do this. Free spoke. We've made some progress into climbing here. This drains energy, which is fine because we can just buy some food and eat it. Okay, cool. All right, so let's split the day between pushing some of our needs and accessing more of the spoke. What drives do we have? Disable your tracker. Okay, that's this thing. Fung's gumbox. I don't know where that is. Then fix the ambergris. We've been doing some of that. Get to know Emphis. We need to get Gerol caps, and they're not available here, so we need to see that. And then help Lemwork. So that's watching Mina. Then we need to work on the side reel. And then we work for Rabai. So everybody just wants us to work for them. Which, I mean, kind of nice, but I don't know. Okay. What are some things we could be missing out on? Oh, so okay, so we rewired the interface. We rewired the drones, which means that every cycle, this is going to fix itself. That's pretty good. So we don't have to deal with that anymore. there's the Rotunda wet dock. Right, so it's going to be a couple of cycles until the merchant vessels come back. In the Overlook bar, we can take up a couple of shifts, which actually gives us some money. And we'll get in touch with Tella, which is nice. We have one really good dice. Oh yeah, and then actually, so and then there's the new event. Man, there's a lot going on, you guys. Um, we could grab some data to sell, but that's not helpful. You know what? I think we just need to... I want to make sure we can gain access to the Founder's Scale. How much is that? 150 cryo. Okay. And we need to go upstairs. All right. So let's do a couple of things. Let's first do a little bit more scaling. Okay. That was pretty good. Actually didn't cost us any energy, which is nice. Then let's get some money, which I think we can get by working for Rubai. So I kind of want to work for the Yataghan. So we can patrol the ward and we get +1 on that, which is kind of nice. So let's do that. We can get scrap components. So we can either collect tithes or we can patrol. But you know what? I feel like I want to patrol a little bit, so let's do that. Ooh, nice. Gave us some energy as well. That's good. Let's continue. What's here? Oh, that's Ethan. Yeah, the bounty hunter. Let's... don't have any components to sell. Let's work on the side reel a little bit. Gives us money as well. That takes so long. Oof. Neutral. Oh, we got only +1. Yeah, that's fine. And then I wanna make friends at the club. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, some money. Then we're gonna reroll this dice, get a really good dice. So that's one extra we can do. So let's push... I want to push Mina a little bit, but I kind of... What do we have here? Okay, I can sell a ship mine. I can buy ship mine cores, and I can export Matsutake, which I don't have, and I can't grow at the moment. So that's fine. Let's just let's see if we can go up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. And then I'm deathly afraid that I'll start next day with not enough energy. So, can I have noodles? No, I can deliver them. I can't eat them. So let's go back to Memphis. Get some of your fungi and eat. There we go. And that's good enough. I didn't feel like I'm not making enough money. I need to make more money. For sure. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Let's just go to bed. Alright, so we're one dice short. Because our condition is deteriorating. I hate being one short, but I just can't afford to dive into crazy... like, I don't have enough money to buy medication every 2 days, which I need fillers. But okay. So, we have another day without this idiot. Wanted to scale bespoke, so let's do that. This will cost me condition, so I'm kind of like wondering if it makes sense to use my shitty die, but I'll just use my half shitty die because we only need one more success, so let's do it. Yeah, okay, good. And now we can ascend the car. Let's go up. Very nice. Let's see what we find here. AE1 mainframe. Is now mostly the AE1 mainframe is now mostly disused. Havenage having set up their own master controls. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding here. Okay. Well, go give him hell, buddy. You slot Navigator in the clamps lock. The ship might have stuck. How are you going to get out of this thing? Well, I don't know. You'll figure it out. Oh, there we go. You slip into the cloud as easy as blinking. Navigator is beside you, their sphere casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look. A center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, a rootless, branchless tree. Only the trunk remains. It's dead. Quiet, Navigator hisses. Oh, quiet! Navigator hisses. And then you see it, like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out. Then it appears again elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. Ah, it's looking for us. The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer. So, I didn't have an opportunity to stay quiet. Like I had to say one of those two things. So it's kind of like not my fault. The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it is not an edge, but the ridge of a long, sharp head, like a shark. It glides past, closer, and you see into the voids where its eyes should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to the Navigator to talk. You saw it too, then. Killer has been blinded. We need to be careful. Correct. The protocol is clearly operating outside established limits. It may be unpredictable. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator and notice something strange. Their orrery of spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point. Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic. Get out! You go to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it is only a matter of time before one of Killer's sweeps brings them directly through Navigator. And time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. You look desperately around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. Then you see it. 3 branches. The last 3, thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these, and the mainframe collapses once and for all. Severing the connection, shattering the hardware, whatever it takes. They must be broken. But they're encased in something. A glassy layer of protection. You'll need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe for good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking. And then you blink back to reality, their expression of fear an afterimage that slowly fades. You must act quickly. Okay. Gain mainframe access. Man, that is a lot. Oh, okay, so there's 3 branches. Is that what's happening? So there's AE branch 01. Oh no, I need an encrypted key. Okay. I assume that's true for all of those. Hmm. Is it a special key? Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot happening here. I also need money. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do that in time. Oh, there's the keynotes. Okay. What do we need here? 4 or 3? Don't have either one of them. Over here. 6 or 3. I have one of them, but kind of want to keep that one. And then down here, 3 and 5. Alright, well, I'll give you 1 6. And then I'll hack you. Maybe 1 per day? Maybe 1 per day. Okay. So you deal with this, Killer. And Navigator, I'm sure you're going to be fine. There's another mainframe branch. Have we been here? Oh, okay, that's what we found out. Okay. And then there's the hub. Okay. So, this is going to help me. What can I do? I can socialize with spacers, and I can access manifests with interface. Both of them are going to help me go into Weightless Wanderer. Up here, there is no gravity, so even just moving around takes a while to get used to, let alone navigating the bays. It's kind of nice, but I really need to make more money. This is not working out so well for me here. So, Rabaya. This only gives me energy. Potentially scrap components. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if I can maybe sell them. Okay. Nice. Okay, now I have scrap components. Who's gonna buy my components? Are you gonna buy components? No, you're not gonna buy components. Board exchange? Fabricator? No, but exchange. Yes. Sell components. Give me components. Give me money. 12 cryo. That's nothing. Man, I just need a lot of money. Oh yeah, I could do the bar shift. Bar shift. Second. Okay. Let's run a shift. Alright, 13 cryo. 13 cryo. Man, everything is so expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Send the cycle and deal with a bounty hunter. Alright. I'm starving. So that means... Okay, you know what, though? The Yatagan gives me energy, which I don't hate. So let's do that, because it's gonna further the Yatagan Insider too. Okay, +1 energy is not the greatest, but yeah. Alright, Ethan. What you got? What you got, Ethan? The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Okay, what's up? As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns. Sleeper! He turns to look at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come here. Take their chits. No more, Ethan. Ethan doesn't even look at you. He props his elbows on the bar and holds his head. Sleeper, it's been a long cycle. Enough. Ethan lets out a long sigh. He rapidly rubs his eyes with his palms. Yeah, right, he says quietly. This isn't fun anymore. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun. Stare at it. Butterfingers, says Ethan and puts out a hand beckoning for you to give him the gun back. If you would. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. I mean... Okay, so I can either hand him the gun back or I can point the gun at Ethan. And at this point, I've learned enough from the mafia that I feel I'm not going to hand that guy back his gun. So, I have a lot of empathy. Especially since you seem to be wearing kind of like the same shirt that I am. But, we're pretty far out here, and you've threatened me, and you've blackmailed me, and I'm kind of done with that, so point the gun at Ethan. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh, he turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper. Oh, sleeper. He stands. This is more like it. Is he trying to do suicide by cop? Whatever, I'm gonna pull the trigger. You don't wait. You pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, he says and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move. Ow! Why can I not protect myself against this? I thought I was, like, skilled in hand-to-hand combat or something. You stagger back and drop to it. Somewhere nearby the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps at the slate. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin. His face close, his breath heavy with drink. Snarb just screwed me. He grins maniacally. They canceled the contract. He stands up. They canceled the contract. He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that. He shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Well, okay. And now what? Oh no, there's a psychic clock on something that's called a vendetta. That doesn't sound too good. Well, alright then. Anything here in the dock? No. No salvagers. Oh, Ankita is ready for us. That's nice. Let's check in with her. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship mine they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs. Who took it? She stands. If I knew, do you think I'd be waiting around in here rather than out there with my boot on my neck? She sighs. Yet some spacer crew? Oh, wait, no. They got in with one of my crew's access ships, so they either killed him, robbed him, or he was in on it. No good options. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mine should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on. Nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of Ember, though you could find the way back yourself. The ambergris? The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout at all diagonal angles and bundled tubes. What do we do now? Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually, you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters on the floor and sits. There's no way around it, she starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mine. Well, I can salvage one. Yeah, I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if you check out the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends, you're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them. Get me that ship mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. Well, you won't. She sighs. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out of the galley and head back towards the main plot. As you do, Amber grows and creaks like a caged animal. Reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Ankita a ship mine, somehow. Well, I mean, not somehow. If you gave me enough money, I can buy one. Because there is the... Here? Oh, what? 300? Are you crazy? Oh, no. 300? I barely have enough money to... Oh. I don't... How am I supposed to get a ship mine with that little money? That's stupid. Fine, so I need to make another 100 chits just to buy you a ship mine? I don't like that. At all. I can get random items here. But you know what? Let's do our daily. Let's hit up. See if we can get more keys. 3 and 4? Yeah. Not my preferred one, but we could do it in a pinch. What do we have here? 3 and 5. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll dump my 4 in here. There we go. Let's get the key. There we go. Oh! A glint. Like a light traveling on the edge of a wave fills your eyes. Then the blade follows, a long head with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping that it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you. Almost. Nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade wings into the dark and you are alone again. Now you cry out. Oof! That hurt. Okay, let's see here. 3 and 5. Okay, I can't finish it today anyway, so let's dump an encrypted key in here. I have some Havenosh data. I wonder where I can drop that off. Okay, let's go down here. I need so much money. It's not even funny. And I need energy too. This didn't work so well last time. I got like 1 energy, but it feels like an absolute waste. I mean, I'm building yet again Insider, but I just need the money. There's just no way around it. So let's eat some fungus. Fungus. Not too bad actually. 3 energy is pretty good. Board exchange. Yeah. No. Just do solid work. Solid work. Oh, you pay me for Yatagan data, right? Does Yatagan pay me for Havenach data? Because it should. No, you don't trust me enough, do you? What do we have here? Could work as a freight operator and see a shipment, which is not the greatest, and it can really impact my condition. I don't want to do this with a half yellow dye. I could do this in a thick yellow dye, but it's... No. Let's just push where we actually get money. And that's the overlook bar. Yeah, it's alright. And then I could get more Havenach data, but I don't really need that. I'm just thinking because I have only the white 2, and that's going to be most likely a failure if I work on the side reel. I'm wondering if I can get some more Yatagan data. But I can't. It's not the right dice in there. Could get a Havenage. Not useful. So that's not helpful. Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll just risk it. Oh, let's... Or I could push Lem. And I need 2. Where's Lem? There. You don't give me money. I'm sorry. If you'd pay me to be a babysitter, I would absolutely do it. But since you're not paying me, I'm gonna go work on the side wheel. Sucks, but whatever. Yeah, 15. It's okay-ish. It's not the greatest, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Alright, let's go sleep. Alright, okay, this is good. This is pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see if let's do our dailies first. Although, yeah, no, I'm gonna eat something, because if I get energy damage and I don't have enough energy, it's gonna go into condition. That's not what I like. So let's get some food. Pretty good. And then let's head up. Let's help that ship mine. What are we missing? We're missing this keynote. 3 and 5s. Oh, are you kidding me? Ugh, that sucks. You know what? No. I want to use this for... This is an important dice. I want to use this for something better. And then I'm just going to re-roll and see if I can do it. Because I think we have a couple of traders here, right? Hello? Unload. I can buy some scrap. Yeah, let's buy some scrap. That might not be the best thing to do, but I might get a ship. Ah, there we go. There's a ship mine fragment here. There we go. Okay. So now I have the scrap. I'm gonna sell the scrap. Not the greatest, but it's kind of like fishing for a ship mine fragment. Because I'm not gonna buy that ship mine for 300 shits. I don't have the money. That doesn't make any sense. And in fact, what I'm gonna do is actually I need to buy medication. So, and you've reduced the price, which I really appreciate. So thank you. And I'll take that at the end of the day, so that I'm gonna have an additional dice. What do we have here? A merchant. Can't haggle over prices. But I can buy a ship mine fragment. Yes, very nice. Now, shoot. I should have looked here before I bought all of that wicked stuff, because if I buy another ship mine fragment, I could... I need 40 credits. What is the best way to make money? How much are you paying me at the side reel? Is that 30 if I'm lucky? $20. So let's see. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so okay, there's a plan for me inside. What did I need for the hack here? 5. Okay, you know what? Fine, here. Take my 5. Okay, so I am... And then what I want to do is I want to head down, and I need only another 10. So is there something that works really well for me? No, this is just going to give me energy. I need money. What does working at the club give me? To 15. Or 10. Yeah, let's do it. I've been working here for a while. Okay, good service too. All right, very nice. So then, let's... Oh, they'd be here for another 3 cycles, but yeah, let's just do this. Nice. So, 3 ship mine fragments. Let's head to the ore fabricator. With that, I should be able to fabricate a ship mine. Here we go. I have ship mined. Let's give it to the ambergris. There. Nice. And I completed my drive. Okay, so there's something I wanted to do last time. I wanted to save, I think. What is it? Okay, engineer, chance to gain random scrap items. I could go do thrill seeker, chance to gain energy after any engage action, which is it's not the greatest thing, whatever. But obsessive haggler, all cryo actions are discounted by 20%. That's actually really great. There's so much cryo that we need to do down the road. Having a discount on that is going to be awesome. So I'll need 2 upgrade points for that. Yeah, and that's good. Okay, cool. Why are you still doing something? No, it's fine. This is me. This is me. This is who we are. And look at that. Okay. Right. So, Ankita. You drop the ship mine core into the galley table with an emphatic bang. Ankita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper, did you actually land a ship mine? She rushes over and hefts a huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well, shit, it might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where'd you get it? Huh? I built it. Build it? Well, you're full of surprises. Nikita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper got you a new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Ankita puts the ship mine back on the table. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You see a list of names and numbers, nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief. Singular. She points at a name on the list, or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his pass stolen. But it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap? That big rift in the station, you can't cross it without the Founder's Ferry. She leans back in her seat. I know some of the crew over at the ferry, old mercs, used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifests, and there he was. It looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. She flexes. You won't get far, though. There's no real docks out there, only a couple of jetties in the wastes. Going after him? Not yet. First, I want to fit the shipment shot. First, I want to fit the ship mine. She pauses. But maybe you could help me out. Sure. How? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton, doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not the stacks. He will have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this. She hands you a comm earpiece. Seeing as this is merc work, I'll be happy to give you merc pay. She shifts in her seat. The thing is, well, I haven't got much left, so how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this cow, I'll pay up. 200 cryo. Nothing less. What do you say? She meets your eye. Yeah? Okay, I wanted to cross that gap anyway. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good. I owe you. She lifts the ship mine onto her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm going to get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, let me know. She goes to turn, and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Ankita stomps off into the guts of Amber with the ship mine, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, a sudden nervous energy descending at what is to come. You never thought you'd get work as a mercenary, but then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. New drive. Yes, okay. Cool. So we've done this. Enough energy, enough condition. Let's deal with the killer, shall we? How much do it cost me to cross now? 100. Okay, that's better. Used to be 150. Okay. Well, let's go deal with this thing. Oh, this branch has been up. Which one is not unlocked? You? Yeah, okay. Alright. And now what? Oh no! No, we actually need to work on it. Oh my god, I thought someone is gonna do something about it, but okay. It's always us, isn't it? Alright, we can either kill the killer or we can catch the killer. kind of want to catch it, but I don't have enough energy for today. So let's head out of here. Let's go down the car. Let's head back to sleep. Sleepy, sleepy. Let's inject the stabilizer. And that should end the cycle. All right. Okay, this is pretty good. Two big dice. Like it. Haven't done a lot of work for Rabaya recently, so let's do that. Yeah, let's get some energy. I don't want to risk my best dice. Because I can... If this goes wrong, I can take a little bit of a jump away. Okay, cool. That was actually awesome. So one Yatagan Insider, some more energy. This is going to take a long, long time. I might want to focus on this. I don't want to risk losing condition. It's so hard to get. So what do we have here? Scrap freighter. I can unload containers, which is going to get me cryo. What do we have here? The merchant freighter. Already got the ship mine here, which is nice. I need money, and I need to do the side reel, and I need to do the... Let's work in the bar. Let's work in the bar. Okay. Good service. 15 cryo. I wonder if I should just push this again. Yeah, let's push it again. Let's just push stuff. There we go. Okay. Alright, Tella, let's talk to you. The Girol slides from the bottle into the lumpy recycled glass, pale grassy yellow under the Overlook's warm lights. The spacer nods and takes the drink, bringing it up to their face in both hands like an offering bowl. This is the good stuff, the stuff Tella says is aged in wooden caskets stored in some closed-off part of the old station, among corroded wires and softly looping systems. Though sometimes it's hard to tell if Tella is joking. Either way, you like pouring this stuff. It gets on your fingers, and if you rub them together, you can smell the mossy drink, cut through with any seed, mushrooms, wood, as the alcohol evaporates. You like those who order it too. The aged Girol is kept beneath the bar, open to order only by those who know it's there, like the quiet spacer sitting at the bar right now. Let's watch him. They are far enough away that you can freely watch them as you close the bottle and tuck it beneath the bar. You call them a spacer because they bear the hallmarks. Pale, vac-suited, bird-boned, and hunched beneath the weight of the station's spin gravity. But the closer you look, the less you see a type. Pale eyes, almost gray, but kind. Delicate fingers that lightly drum the bar, as if it was an instrument. A shock of black hair almost covering a forehead scar. Scars are something you've learned to value. They're what marks out your body from the hundreds, maybe thousands, who knows, of similar models that rolled out of S&ARP's biolabs. You find yourself rubbing one on your forearm, a rough little split. Something that on the good days you might think of as a mark of defiance. Suddenly you hear a heavy clunking at the door. It creaks open, and a huge cylindrical metal tank tumbles through, slamming into the floor. Shit! Tella breezes in from behind it, a whirl of hair and bright eyes. Shit, shit, shit! Tella? Sleeper. She ducks behind the bar and comes over. Can you help me with this? Look at the huge metal tank suspiciously. Yeah, I'm coming. You come around the bar and get to one side of the tank. Okay, says Tella. On my count. 1, 2, 3. You both heave the tank up to standing, somehow. You hold it in place, struggling to keep it steady. Tella? In the back, comes a voice from behind the tank. Somehow you manage to lug the huge thing into the back room where you place it in one corner, dwarfing the rest of the contents in the cramped space. As you do, you hear a crunch. You stand back and look at the expired rations oozing out from under the tank. Oh shit! Tella looks at you apologetically. I know you like those. Yeah, it's okay. You push the crushed rations to one side. That's the end of that. Tella looks exhausted and rubs her shoulders. Francis, I swear to... Francis? Francis! I mentioned him already. My guy on the door, deals with suppliers. Tall? She sighs. He was supposed to be back from Etienne's up in the Greenway by now. Back with our Girol. She leans against the tank. It seems like he's got lost again, or joined the Haifa commune. We need that Girol. There's 4 other bars near here, and the spacers sure as hell don't come to the Overlook for the ambience. She looks through the open door to check if anyone can hear. She knocks on the hollow tank. So I'm taking matters into my own hands, she smiles. Welcome, sleeper, to the Overlook Distillery. You look around the dank back room. I need some work. She picks at some paint flaking from the metal walls. Well, I may need some help, though. She shrugs. You up for it? She knocks on the tank again. Could be fun. Yeah, I'm happy to help. Okay. She grabs you by the shoulders. I'm excited. She turns around and looks at the tank. I reckon we chop this thing in half. One half for fermentation, the other we turn into still. We'll also need to gather the ingredients. She turns back and looks at you. You look more like a chopper than a gatherer, she smiles. So how about you build the still and tub while I work on the rest? Oh, wait, sleeper, I have an idea. Tella is grinning now, and it is making you nervous. To make up for the rations, how about we put a kitchen in here too? A kitchen? Uh-huh. I always wanted to serve food. She turns back to the tank. This is going to be great, she says to herself. You look at the dented tank and the bare room. At least she has vision. Tella nudges you out of the back room and closes the door. As you go back to the bar, you hear the banging and thumping begin. The spacer finishes up their drink and nods in your direction as they leave. You can't quite tell if it's a gesture of sympathy or good luck. So much for a quiet shift. Okay, I've discovered a new drive. Oh man, so many drives. So now I can build this still, or I can have the bar shift. Ugh. There's so much stuff going on, and they all take so long. So I feel I need to start focusing on things. And I will do that by working for Baya. Let's collect tides, because maybe we can sell some scrap components while we're at it. Oof. That didn't do much, okay. Well, as you say your goodbyes to the other enforcers and walk back to the low end, a chirruping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor, away from the main thoroughfares, someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall with a suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word. Sleeper. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of an improvised trip switch. Sleeper, Sabine's voice crackles through. I have seen you with the Atigan members. Are they holding you captive now, too? A high whine. I am sorry if I dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening with the gang. Some kind of power struggle. Cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I have located most of the properties. At the right time. Pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. The recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you have just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside of you. An SNARP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out of the low end. Well, now I'm confused. Now I kind of want to go back to the doctor. She was nice. She saved me. But I kind of want to work for the Space Mafia. I mean, we want to make a life here. We should get in good graces with the people that make the world go round. Okay. Let's do some work on the killer protocol. Ugh. Okay, so this is going to be 25% negative. And it'll whack my condition. But I have interface +1, so that's good. And I really want to catch it. I don't want to kill it. So, yeah, whatever. Let's try it. Roll the dice. Yes. Okay, thank you. A little bit of luck. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. Okay. Descend to the rim. This is worrying me a little bit, but okay. Let's end the cycle. Let's start anew tomorrow. Kind of want to get access to the, to cross the gap. For that, I need monies. Money. I feel so bad, but I'm not doing any babysitting. But I need money. I'm not getting the money for babysitting, and I need 100 to access the bridge here, the passage. Import, export. This is just money and jewels. Okay, fine. Right. Freight operator. Ooh, I could steal a shipment. Get random items. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we have. Can easily do it. Interface +1. Feel good about it. Okay. Ooh, look at that. I got scrap components. That's nice. Let's go sell them. And then people say stealing doesn't pay. It pays very well. I mean, not very well, but it pays somewhat. There we go. 12 cryo. Another 12 cryo. Okay. It's not... You know what? Stealing isn't too bad. I kind of don't hate it. But, let's punch that ticket for our daily up here. Help in the mainframe. Really don't want to risk losing conditions, so I'm going to use my... Ooh, nice. I could potentially solve this today. Which would be nice. So yeah, let's try it. Let's focus. Nice. Okay. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, span it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data, fed the lives of thousands of people. Now it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both look out at the perfect ring that encircled you both, woven from the data branches that once fed the mainframe. You see a glint along its edge, and that familiar blade-like head rises to the surface, like the cresting fin of a shark, and then slips into the loop again. All that you can see of Killer's body after that is slight thickening of the loop, and that thickening begins to travel around on a long and slow sojourn that will last it forever. "I am surprised at you," says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit as if to shake off their imprisonment. "Killer had been wandering blind for so long. Did you not think to end them forever?" Okay, fine, cool. So now I am being emotionally blackmailed by an AI. I helped you. Can you not try to make me feel guilty? Yeah, perhaps they can be saved, you know? You are naive. They are a killer by nature. Look what they did to their own home. Navigator gazes into the darkness. This place was the domain and prison. They had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threats of the mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. Okay, fine, if you put it that way, yeah, maybe we should have killed him. I'm sorry for trying to help an AI. Sorry. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet they kept cutting and cutting until only those 3 threats remained, from millions that once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 Fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this. Those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. Navigator looks to you for your thoughts. Yeah, their sentience should be respected. So be it. But would they respect our rights equally? Navigator turns away. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. Fine. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There is something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from this central point. It was a little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. This station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge? Well, that sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. What system is inside it? It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. And we have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher. They pause, and then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. I am not used to being free, to being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of the station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit, I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Yeah, you do, ChatGPT. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems, cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets, though perhaps that can wait until after you have celebrated this victory. Yes, upgrade point. I can spend. Actually, I can. There we go. Thrill Seeker +1. Yes. Okay, cool. I need to access that Greenway for sure. How much is it? Still 100, right? Yeah. Alright. Well, let's get to work, Seeker. Should I steal a little bit more stuff? Feels like that's a good investment. I have +1 now. No, I don't want to risk condition. If they catch me, they're just gonna pummel me in the. I have a couple more days with only with 5 days. I have only a couple more days with 5 dice anyway, so let's make it count. Let's continue pushing the side reel. Haven't done that in a while. Man, that takes so long. It does pay well though, so let's do it one more time. Oh, that was good. That was exceptionally good. Cool. Alright, so actually now I have the money to cross over, so let's do it. A heavily tattooed spacer takes your chits and tells you to prepare. She'll be waiting at the edge for your arrival. Alright. Cross to the Greenway. Hello, Greenway. Greenway. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. Oh, wow, that person works out. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. The second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Yeah, not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Ashi stands further down the corridor. Ashi? Ishi? Ishi stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrows at you. Ishi, please. Do you want everyone on this station to hate us? Ishi hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. Not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Cordon? Peek gestures into your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Ishi sighs. I'm not saying they are a part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Literally 3 questions. Okay. Listen, can I help? Peeky Ishi? Peeky smiles slyly. See, Ishi? Help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peeky. Ishi rolls her eyes. Peeky ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Havenage have cordoned off from entering the station. Ishi interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely make it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risks and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peeky sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Ishi. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Ishi interrupting, but Ishi turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping, Peeky finishes. Yeah, it's difficult. Peeky forces a smile. Peeky, please. Ishi gathers herself into supplies. Ishi, we need help. Just like the refugees need us, we need others too. They smile at her. Peeky turns to you. Come find us. The climbing Briar is docked at the Broken Spoke, past the Greenway and the Wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Ishi turns to leave and Peeky follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Ishi shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want help? Show us. Bring supplies, or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner. Ishi already picking up speed as Peeky calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla. Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Okay. This takes me back to the rim. I don't want to go back. I just arrived here. And I got a cipher, right? Can I dump this somewhere? There's Greenway Day. There we go. Let's unlock the Greenway. The cloud. In the data ghosts of the eye. The Greenway roils beneath you like a silt-choked river. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The hunter and killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot has set in? The entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the one open, distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out. Then you are falling into the flow. A river of swirling darkness. You are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the Greenway was hiding in the darkness. It is made of darkness. It is filled by the substance, this process, this swarm. Now you are among it. You notice that a swarm is exactly what it is. A billion individuals moving in a flow. There is no network map here, no nodes and threads. Only a storm of interchangeable points, shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them, a figure, turned away. The only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. They are facing away, at least you think so. They are so fractured, so overgrown that it is hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch, silent, as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. And then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process, as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster, and they quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It is cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they are long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dappled light of the Greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. Okay. Cool. Thank you. That's pretty awesome. Oh man, there's lots going on here. Climbing the briar. You want to troll? I don't have trolls for you. This is kind of like where the eye ends. All right, let's explore some of these areas. Wild margins. Okay. Oh, this is where Ashton is. I can track Ashton, either search for signals or look for tracks. I don't have any energy, so it's not going to happen today. And then what do we have here? The Haifa commune. Oh, we haven't talked yet. Okay. There's a commune here. I need to work to become a member, otherwise they're not going to talk to me, so that's not going to happen today either. And then there's the Greenway here, where I can map the pathways and walk it, which is also nice. But no energy for that, so let's head out. Let's cross to the rim. There we go. I think that's all I can do. Oof. Ugh, I need money so bad. I feel like that's kind of like a refrain that has been going on for quite a while. But alright, let's end the cycle. Starving. Yeah, that's not good. That's really bad. Okay, fine. Let's steal some shit first, I think. Let's get money. Steal some shit. Ruined. Oh, I can also go become a low ender. Yeah, no. Let's start by stealing shit. Give it to me. There we go. You. Random items. Oh, I got yet again data. That's nice. I'm gonna sell that data to Havenage. There you go. Ugh, that's nothing, but fine. Where is the bar? That's gonna cost me energy. Let's eat some fungi. All right. Cool. So there's so much to do, and I think we need to start focusing a little bit. First off, I still need a lot of money. So let's focus on doing things that help with that. That can give us cryo, which is okay, but it's not going to push anything forward. Can work on the side reel. That dock is empty, so there's nothing here. I can also work for Rabaya. Get some scrap components. Let's do that. There we go. Sell those at the Ort Exchange. There we go. Yeah, it could be better, but yeah. Let's do some honest work. Yeah, let's do some work. Are you gonna pay if I don't steal shit? Oh, that's actually not too bad. Hey, I'm back. Not stealing stuff. Ugh, come on. Fine, let's just go work at the side wheel again. Oof, that hurt. Oh, whatever. Just give me cryo. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. 20 more, I can get more. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those resource runs, cycles. Yeah, let's empty the cycle here. Cycle here. Okay, focus on getting chits. Focus on I kind of like pushing Rabaya as I am getting items. It's not great. It's only 12 chits. But it does help me become a Yataghan insider, which I kind of like. So that's not too bad. Let's sell these at the World Exchange. Go. Give me my 12 chits. Yeah, let's work the side reel. This takes so long. It's crazy. Okay. That was pretty good. Let's get some stabilizers. Thank you. Okay, this is good. So we're set up here. I think at this point we can start pushing some of the other drives. And that's a lot. So I like the idea of improving the overlook, but I think there is an opportunity here to wander the greenway. So I want to do that. Going green, either condition or energy. It's fine, I have energy to spare. Okay. More energy to spare. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. A little bit of just stuff. Let's cross over the rim. Let's go to sleep. I would love to know where Tambor is to drop the box, but I don't know where it is. It's not gonna happen. It's in the cycle. How much condition did that cost me? Just one. I'm fine, dude. Oof, starving. That's not good. I need the money. Need the money. Does the loan give me money? No, it just costs me money. Don't like that. Let's... Yeah, let's do some honest work, I guess. Side reel. Give me money. Thank you. And then let's feed ourselves. Okay, not too bad. I'm pretty low on money, but I want to push some of our other paths. Let's... Oh, farm stacks. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, I can... Oh, this is where I can get energy. Yeah, I can either steal the harvest, which is not great. I can barter for food. Which... I guess they're going to give me rolls, and I can work the stacks. But... I don't want to do that right now. Could become part of the commune. I can start looking for Ashton. Yeah, let's look for Ashton while we're here a little bit. Not too bad. And then where's the greenway? I want to walk the greenway. There we go. I have one more dice. Yeah, let's walk the greenway more. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I've seen that next cycle will have to deal with oh no, 2 more cycles. Okay, fine. We can do one more. Let's go to bed. Feels so bad that we haven't done anything with Len yet. But yeah, I mean, what do you want me to do? Side reel, let's work. Some cryo. Let's eat. Some energy. Okay. Now, let's push some of our drives. First is going to be the green wing again. There we go. Okay, another drive discovered. The aviary. Okay. I can clear the overgrowth. Oh man, there's just so much to do and I have so little energy. There's mushroom groves. Okay, so I can collect spores and I can forage for fungus. I can get growth spores and I can get Girol caps. And actually I do need a couple of Girol caps, so let's start with that. Did I get any? Oh, no, I didn't find any. I just screwed me. Okay, well, all right. Let's just use some of the stuff that we have here. I want to be a little bit more for low ender, so it's going to cost me some fire. That's fine. There you go. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so those were a couple of fast days where not a lot of stuff is going to happen. And I think that's going to change tomorrow as Ethan will be there waiting for us at the bar. All right. A couple of really good... There. Okay, what do we have here? You missed me? You miss me? Ethan smiles, a ragged smile at you. No. You look at him. He's paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Friend? Well, he pauses. Colleague? He smiles weakly. This is big, really big stuff. About you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember now how S&R canceled the contract on you? Contract I was gonna collect? Seriously, Ethan? Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit, overjoyed. Me? I lost everything, but let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so, what did you think that was? What do you think? That was it? I was just glad to be done with you. Oh, what? Oh, the feeling was mutual. Except, Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old S&R gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Who? Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about what went down. It turns out S&R canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last contract. They got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on their ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under S&R's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They call him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forgot. You mean Winterlight? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you are in need of protection. Okay, let's hear it. Meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. Turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off a debt. Seems they are that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I will pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. And then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone's looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being your shit and trying to kill you and whacking the thick skull of yours. He sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us. He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you'll keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Fine. Ethan smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed S&R shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. I shall give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Oh my god, as if I am challenged in getting rid of money. I have such a need for all of that. I don't even know, like... I would love to give the gumbucks to somewhere, but I need to unlock more areas for that, I think. Alright, so I have a pretty good dice here, so let's work on the side reel. Cool. Let's just try to unlock the low ends, maybe. Maybe there's something here. Only one low ender? Fine, give me another. Yeah, it's not working out as well as I thought it would. Oh. Tambor Tea House. Oh, so I've unlocked this now that I'm a low ender and I've found this. Okay, this is awesome. It's cool. So let's do a couple of things. First, let's track Havenage. Very nice. Couple of cryo here. Love that. Love that for me. And let's hand in the gum box. Neutral outcome. Okay, great. Ooh, high stakes playing. I have Intuit +1 and I have a really good die here. So let's just gamble a little bit. Yeah. Okay, love that. As you go to leave the Tambor Tea House, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper, Fang hisses from behind you. How did you find me? Hardin has your hardware. Don't you worry about that, Fang smiles. He has no idea what to do with it. Fang guides you down a set of stairs to one of the Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversations bounces busily off the metal walls. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth, itself fashioned from some old salvage tank or container, lined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively. Don't suppose you've seen any Havenage types? They don't usually come out this far. Feng, what's going on? Well, I'm suspended, that's the first thing. And the second thing is, I'm pretty sure Hardin wants to drop me off the rim of the eye. He grins. Doesn't bother me, though. It shows we hit a nerve back there. He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Well, if you're buying. Feng is right. The menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out. But the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. So you ran into Hardin? Was he pissed? Feng doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erlen would approve of his meritocratic bullshit. He taps on the table. If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs. But I guess his kind run the place now. A young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. Yeah. No, Girol, neat. Feng taps the table to order the same. And you? She begins, looking to Feng, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Feng shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. I'm gonna stay out of it. Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Just wave. Feng doesn't look pleased. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Feng. And only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. What? Feng stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We all have to eat. Plus, he leans in. This is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. Who? Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators. And if we want to understand what a Salhan executive might be getting up on the eye, those are the people we have to find. Feng is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end. And, well, almost everyone in the low end comes to this place at one time or another. He brings the modified slate out onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone with a network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, I'll mark them. Once they are marked, we can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first. Hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly a smile goes across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no, I can't wait. I can't work another job. Come on. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own, and so far I've had no matches in this place. With two of us, we can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, Feng has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residents as possible. And it turns out my friend Min Ji needs some help with deliveries. As in Min Ji Express? So you already know him. Perfect. Feng places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of our targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Mingyi, and soon enough, we'll have the place covered. Fern! Don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips. He grins. We're in this together, right? Are we? Yes. You think Hardin's happy to have you wandering around the place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eye on. This is on you too. Feng slips his slate back on his clothes. Just head on up to Mingyi Express. Take a delivery shift and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Jenna walks past, carrying a tray of drinks, and sharply catches Feng's eye. I don't think she's bringing you a drink, he stands. I think it's time we call this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into your pocket. See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe. Feng adds before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. Nice! Another drive that I have to work hard to finish. Oh my god, look at this. Ah. And we only have a shitty die left. So, okay, so what can we do here? Track Havenage. So this is just going to give us a little bit of money here. We have Havenage data, which is nice, because we're not going to be able to do a lot with this dice. We can do more low-end stuff. It's risky. I could lose some cryo. But I do want to push this. Let's do it. Neutral outcome, not too bad. Okay. Oh, a derelict unit. Well, look at that. It's a half-built unit that looks long forgotten. A project that never made it. With enough scrap, you might be able to seal it up. I like that. I need 4 scraps to do that. Okay. And so, where was the compressor? How much do you need? Ethan's debt. Oh, I have to work off Ethan's debt. That's crazy. Oh my god. Ugh. Such a drain, but okay, fine, I'll do it. And I really wanted to work on the overlook bar too. And so much stuff to do. Fine, let's just go to sleep. I want to get out of this container, I'm gonna be honest. I think getting a better place is highest priority right now. Oh, Maywick is on his way. Okay. Still a couple of cycles. Okay, what do we have here? I can buy scrap. Yeah, let's buy some scrap. Ooh! Ship mind fragment. A ship mind fragment. Not too bad. Not too bad. These are good. Alright, so I have 2 scraps. Let's put them in here. There is the derelict unit. 1 scrap. And a 2nd scrap. Very nice. Ship mine fragment. I think Havenash is paying for those, right? Do it. Give me money. 30 cryo. Yeah, don't hate that. Don't hate that at all. Let's get some food. And then we can do more low-end work. Actually, okay. So, compressor club, right? Yeah, I'm gonna drop one half-bit die in here. Ugh, come on. It's bullshit. Oh no. And I need money for the Yatagan dispensary. That's not there's lots of stuff. Man, I wish I had time to babysit you. I mean I do. Just do a little bit of it. There you go. Okay. Okay, that's what we like. So tea house. Let's go get some monies. Very nice. And then what was that about the Mingi Express? You want me to do one delivery? Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's work on that as well. There we go. And then where can I get more scrap? Isn't that over here at the... Wasn't there like a... There you go, freight hub. Cryo or random items. Steal a shipment. Wait, I think here, Rabaya, right? Like you're gonna give me scrap components? Yeah, give me scrap components. I'll work for you. Energy. Cool. The one time I don't need it. The one time I need it, I don't get it. Okay, it's fine. It's not too bad. Not too bad, actually. Scrap allowance reached. Yeah, let's go sleepy. End the cycle. All right. So first off, I need drugs. So let's go get some cryo. This is really good. Oh, I need 80, right? You cost 80? Fine. Spend some more money in here. I'm only gonna use my 100% chance dice, because otherwise it's gonna be too costly. Okay, dispensary. Cool. Give me medication for later. And then I wanted to have scrap, right? So Rabaya potentially gets me scrap components, which I don't hate. Paz import exports. 150 cryo for a ship mine. That's more than... Oh, shoot. I get 30 for a component. It takes 3 components, so that's actually a lot. I should have kept that component, but whatever. No better for next time. You are not selling me scrap. It's only for unloading. Right, and I need to work off Ethan's shift, so I'll just... Yeah, I'll just here with my beautiful dice. There, fine. And then I'm gonna work for Rabaya. Oh, give me scrap. No. I wonder if I need like a perfect die for that. Probably, right? Should have stolen some here. I'll steal some next time. But for now, it's go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yeah, I mean, at this point, what drives am I following? What drives am I following? I definitely need to pay off Ethan just to make sure. I mean, it's gonna be a while. Like, I don't need to rush this. Let's steal some scrap. Wait, that's not where I steal scrap. This is where I steal scrap. Give me your scrap. Give me your scrap. Okay. So now security is alerted. I will never be able to steal scrap again, but that's good enough. Oh, I have two Girolles. I don't know where they come from. Oh no, that's what I just stole. That's funny. Okay, but Emphys wants Girolles, right? So here's two. But you need three, so I don't have enough. Ugh. What does the Art Exchange do? Playing the exchange is not going to help me. I mean, I could start harvesting with Girolles, but... I could use my super dice to get low end to full. Let's do that. Alright. There we go. Castle. Caster? You cross between two walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of Tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Sleeper, you turn to see a man sitting at a Tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Sit. Sure. You sit at the metal stool, and he starts setting up the board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Caster, he says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day? He asks, gesturing at the caps crudely sprayed white and black. Yeah, night? He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. You take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6, you have 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between them, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye, and that's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. Play aggressively. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Caster talks, you target his counters, halting his progress, but exposing your caps as you do. I don't mean to offend you, Caster meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Never. You roll a double 6 and slide your caps out of danger. Kessler sucks his teeth. The running game, I understand. Why look back when you can look forward? He rolls the dice and strikes your exposed cap, sending it back to the beginning. But there are limits, sleeper. We all come from somewhere. You more than any of us. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It's a living, breathing person. He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. Caster. Okay. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what that may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under Caster's before he solidifies control of the game. So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this, Caster asks. What does this tangle of truths make you? Driven. Caster laughs. That much is obvious, sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You're eager to make all this count for something. Caster looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. But driven towards what? He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here? Or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Caster clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Caster claps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. This is backgammon, isn't it? Yeah, they're playing backgammon. Backgammon is great. I love this game. It's a game that I enjoy playing, and I routinely forget how it's being played. It takes me like 5 minutes to get back into it, but for some reason, the rules never stick with me. I don't know why. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with that last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here. And if I'm able, feed my curiosities. The game over. You notice the bustle of the walkway once more. The call of the children. The deliveries. The arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave. Castor nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there. Cool. So, what can we do here at Castor? Ooh, sell Yataghan and Havenarch data. Oh, get to the truth. Yeah, let's get to the truth of Yataghan. Not with all the Ashur fights. Why not spend more dice on things without concentration? I'm so all over the place, it's ridiculous. Is there more Yataghan data to get? Not for this. No. I think what I need to do is I need to dump some into the compressor club. It's not the greatest, but whatever. Oof, that was rough. Punch in the face. Go to sleep. I'm glad I bought the medication. Because yeah, that's not super great. Okay. Alright, let's do some. I get energy after an engage action. But I don't know if I want to engage. Okay, I feel like I'm so all over the place. There's so many drives and they're all so hard to achieve. Find Ashton. Enter the Greenway. I haven't been in the Greenway for ages now. I could do some of that. Let's head over. Farm stacks. I can work here. Wild margins. Tracking Ashton +3. Minus energy, that's fine. Here, have that perfect die. Okay. Is there a way I can get energy and push something? This gives me Althea members. It would give me energy. Do I want to be part of the commune? Yeah, I think so. What does the aviary do? Oh, I need to clear the overgrowth. It's an endure action too, though, which is nice. It'll give me energy. Yeah, I mean, eventually it returns. That didn't give me any energy. Okay, fine. I'll just buy my way to energy. This is going to give me energy, isn't it? Girol caps, what condition? No. Let's go eat some food. I'm doing this because if I want to find the guy, I also wanted to get to the derelict unit, right? So all over the place. Any freighters here? You already gave me all the scraps you can get from. There's nothing. Wait, hold on. Oh! Ship mine fragments. I can haggle over prices. Man, there's 2 ship mine fragments in here. They cost. Man, there's 60. That's so expensive. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Okay. Let's just eat some here. Let's see if I can find the guy that we're looking for. I want to focus on closing some of the drives that we have instead of opening so many more. Okay, so this would cost up to 3 energy. This would cost up to 1 condition. And the condition doesn't really matter, does it? Because I'm gonna take the medication tonight anyway, so let's just do this then. Great. That was just so awesome. Fine, let's just do it again. Hope it's worth it. Okay. There we go. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the green. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding, you're pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you in your palm. Yeah, I know it, Scholar. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. You be sure he's there? What? No, yes, come now. Copy. Hold tight until I get there. The static cuts out, the channel dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead, the stars wheel with a motion of the eye and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it is a wilderness, a strange overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile despite everything. It seems like an improvement. Sleeper. Ankita's hiss brings you out of your reverie. In the collapsed stack? Yeah, I think so. She gives you a look. Yeah, you better be right. Well, there is no way I'm following that trail if he's up there. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on that for sure. She glances around the landscape. Let's keep up to the undergrowth, work our way around. She heads off towards the central spine of the greenway with you following close behind. It is slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankita works her way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It is exhausting, and you desperately want to rest, but Ankita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead, there is a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up to the slanted tank, Ankita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips, and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank, where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. In a faint circle of light, descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there is an object. A cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They are twisted, broken open. Wrong. You look away. Ankita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mine, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Wait. You turn to Ankita to speak, but she's already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking, but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the shipmine and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here, or I'll rip this right off out of your head. She screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Stop! Quiet, sleeper, Ankita shouts. A shot rips through the moss beside you, filling your vision with green. The shooter must be somewhere on the other side of the tank. Do that again, and I swear to God, I'll tear their head off. Ankita shouts to them. Sleeper, you stay down. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Ankita shouts. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my shipment for what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. I needed the shipment. You have to understand, they would have died without it. Oh, that's the sleeper. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there? They're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankita sucks her breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them, and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. Can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises his hand. I'm going to take the ship mind and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot. Another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There is no sign of life, of humanity. They are just another broken object among other broken objects, while all around living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you're already gone. Okay. Well, we could have talked about this, you guys. Why is everybody so quick to shoot? So this is done now? Where's the ambergris? I guess that's it? Is that what it was? Talk to Ankita about what happened. Okay, but where is she? Maybe I'll have to sleep. Okay. Let's have a sleepy sleep. Inject some drugs, because drugs are great. Shoo. And then we can end the cycle. Oof, I should have eaten something. Whatever. Yeah. It's fine, actually. Ish, I guess. I don't know where Ankita is. Let's get some monies. Let's do some ET. There we go. I really want to get those. Merchant, what do you have for me? You only have the thing. Okay. I want to get some scraps. Where do I get scraps? Rabia, right? I go collect tithes. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So then, derelict unit. Let's. Oh, I need even more. Ugh. Fine. Let's reroll. Okay. Let's try it. Maybe we'll get more scrap. Yes, I got scrap components, and I finished Yatagan Insider. Let's do the unit first. Let's fix her up. I need to seal the unit too. Come on. Come on. So much work. Okay, fine. Hey, Rabia, let's talk. This time you meet inside Rabia's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Of course. Sit, says Rabia, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back. Jaya told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting ties, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handle a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. Yeah, I wanted to help. And you did. She closes her eyes for a moment. I hope you can see how things work here now. Strong Yatagan means a strong Loen. Both are woven into each other. I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle. But I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you two are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have come to us. Enough, Rabia. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Rabia looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two? She looks strangely unfazed. No, they are acting alone. Sabine pauses, throwing off for a moment by your renunciation. Why are you thrown off? You didn't tell me anything. You're just like, oh, just wait and see. And then you're surprising me? Like, talk to me. Like, put me into your plan. Like, how are you surprised? I haven't seen you in, like, 8 cycles. And you haven't given me any points for my drive, so why would I even support you? Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, feigning past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She's by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards her chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop! And you support them? Rabia asks you, her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I just don't want you guys to fight. Why do we always have to fight? Can we just pause for a second and talk? I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest. But, after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead, then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. Now what? They both look at you, each still catching their breath, as if they had forgotten about your presence. Rabia cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had energy. I would have had every right. Every right. She shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabine props themselves up on their elbows and fixes Rubaya with a hard stare. You have something to say? You have something to say, Rubaya taunts? Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yet Again project. Rubaya collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rubaya immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching. But she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them. At least for now. When I came here from SNR, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you. I worked for SNR long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friend. Talk to me, then. Is that how you treat your friends? Just surprising them with violent, altercations? I'm not surprised that you have no friends whatsoever. That's not how you friendship. What you should know is that I left SNR because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the sleeper program on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on to the press. SNR wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rubaya interrupts. The sleeper knows you are SNR, but I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you, and then away ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of SNR. Rubaya flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away in exchange. Rubaya slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those. Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rubaya's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yet Again enforcers, using you as a test subject for SNR technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments, and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rubaya's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rubaya. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I've tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rubaya closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rubaya through the manifests and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rubaya through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye and something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Yes, thank you for the upgrade point. Wait, do I need another one? Oh, come on. Okay, well, that's cool. So what's happening here? Oh, I just need to wait. Okay. Alright. We've done a lot. 2 more dice, but they really suck. So, let's see if I can get some data. Nope. Nope. Yeah, get some Haven Arch data. And then, honestly, I do need money. I need to push some of the other drives. Okay, building the home. Where is it? That would just cost me energy and I have enough energy, so let's just try it. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. Then I think we'll call it. All right. Um, sweet. So that was the third Citizen Sleeper session. A lot of things have happened. Turns out the Mafia isn't that bad. Turns out everybody's friends. Turns out a lot of people can just shut up and talk to each other instead of shooting at each other, which, fine by me. Turns out, even though I'm a sleeper built for mining, everybody just punches me in the face, which, okay. Um, and we've made some progress in the AI. So, that'll be that. Um, we're going to continue next Sunday with Citizen Sleeper. On Thursday, I'm going to play some Jupiter Hell, I think. Because I'm really not clicking with Redcoin. So I'm excited about that. And then, yeah, that's going to be it for today. And I hope you're going to be joining me for the next stream. Take care and have a great day.